Hi, I'm Dr. Phyllis Books, and I'd like to welcome you to Books Family Health Center. What's the initial consultation like? Let me just walk you through it. When you come in, first of all, I like mom and dad to be at the first consultation so that everybody gets an idea of what's going on with your child. It's really hard to explain to one parent or the other. It's just easier to have you both here at the same time. So, both parents, if possible, and sometimes a grandparent will come along and the child. And first I'm going to do a very thorough case history. So I'm going to want to know a lot about your child's background, and I will encourage you to bring along any testing that's been done before, any other doctor's evaluations, any psychoneurological profiles, and I'll have you fill out a detailed questionnaire before you come in that gives me a list of hereditary characteristics and what things have been like in your lineage, if there are allergies present, if there are other things going on at the same time, because I need to get a whole picture of what's going on with your child. I'm not going to be addressing just one issue because children are not one-dimensional things. They're human beings. And so I want to look at the emotional background and what's going on in the emotion and behavior world with your child, or you if this happens to be an adult. I'm going to want to look at the physical, the actual structure and the neurology of what's going on. You'd be surprised at all the little asymmetries that go on around the eyes and around the shoulders, all of which affect you or your child's ability to take in information and process it correctly. I'm also going to look at the neurochemistry, the brain chemistry. So it's important and nutrition. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions there, and I'll probably ask you more questions as time goes on, because what kind of fuel your child is taking in affects how he performs. You're not going to put a low grade of gasoline in your car and expect it to go a long way, and can't expect it to work when it's on empty. So I really want to know this whole picture of your child. So once that's done, then I'll give you also a paper that shows if you continue, here's what you can expect to happen, because there's a lot of information to cover that first time when we get to know each other, and there'll be things for you to think about. So I'll give you papers to go home and study. And then if you decide to continue, the next step would be pretesting, which will be a series of cognitive or tests showing us what's going on with reading, writing, and math. And not long tests, but I still get a really good idea of what's going on. And some physical and coordination exercises, because how the gross motor skills and the fine motor skills affect what's going on in the thought process as well. So, and I do a few other things too. So once we get all that, then I will customize and design a program for you or your child. And I'll take various things into account. There are certain things that apply across the board that everybody needs, and there are certain things that will be only for your child. And that's determined in that initial consultation and in the testing. Okay, I hope that helps you come to a good decision. What happens when you come in for care, or when your child comes in from care? What can you tell them that they might expect, or what they can expect? Well, first of all, when kids come to see me, a lot of times, I wouldn't say they're scared, but I would say that they're operating from fear at some level. Fear that they're not doing something right, that they're just not measuring up. And so my first job is to create a sense of safety and a sense of trust, so that it's okay to let me see those parts that aren't so, they're not so proud of. And if in my touch, which I'm going to work on the nervous system, on their neurology, and I'm going to do it in a very nourishing way through touch. I'm going to come like this. It's going to look like acupressure, or it looks like a little massage, or I'm just going to come like this and just work this with the breath, breathing in and out. We're going to breathe together, and there will be this rapport that develops between the two of us, and so that the body starts feeling safe. And then I can actually nurture that neurology so that the nervous system can change its old habits and create new habits. So we do that. Your child actually gets the easy part. He or she gets to lie on the table for the most part, and I'll say, now it's time to breathe. Let's breathe together. That's his job or her job. Meanwhile, I'm going like this, or I'm going like this. And it's sometimes there's soft music in the background. Sometimes the kids fall asleep, and which is not a bad thing, because their body is actually doing a lot of work while it's resting. Speaking of resting, it's not uncommon in the books neurotherapy that your child will sleep on the way home from a session, and they might sleep longer that night or for several nights because their body is actually working very, very deeply beneath the surface. It's rewiring and rechanging itself, and it doesn't want to be distracted too much by what's going on in the outer world. So it needs time to integrate. So allowing time for your child to rest and have his quiet time is a really good thing. That's actually just part of the book's neurotherapy. If you look at the services section on the website, you'll see that I offer a wide range of services for all ages. If you would like cutting-edge technology and the latest in neuroscience delivered by a seasoned professional, I look forward to serving you.